It don't matter where we go, it don't matter where we stay tonight.
This session is going to be presented by Ankit Patel. He is a senior software engineer at Mindtree, and he is really, very much into DevOps. So Kubernetes is one of the DevOps technology. CI/CD, Jenkins, pipeline, Terraform, Docker, everything on DevOps. So get ready to attend this session very, very, very cautious.
Start with the Google Kubernetes engine quickly. So let me just introduce myself first. I am Ankit Patel, working as a DevOps engineer in Mindtree. Where I am previously working as a Java developer, but then later I got an opportunity to work into the cloud, and since around past 3 years I have been working with the Google Cloud Platform and different technologies. I will. So let's just introduce today's talk, that is the getting started with GKE and how we can automate things using the Google Kubernetes engine, where I will also show you the live demo how you can quickly deploy the sample Hello app into the Google Kubernetes engine, where internet users can access. So let's just begin. Before we begin, may I ask a question with all of you? How many of you are aware about the Kubernetes? Okay. So, do you know what does Kubernetes mean? Anyone? Okay.
Yes, please.
So let me just go through. Kubernetes is nothing but is in a Greek word, it is called as for a pilot, called the helmsman of the ship. That is nothing but the one who drives the ship. In the similar manner, we can compare Kubernetes with our today's IT world, called where Kubernetes acts as a master component which can orchestrate the deployment of those containers or images which you will develop using the Docker. So this is the why we should learn Kubernetes in this modern IT industry, where everything people are looking for automate the things. So Kubernetes will surely will keep you upfront beneath all the technologies which we currently using. So that is the most highly demanding tool in the market, which we can deploy with different images, public images, as well as the private images which has been hosted on the Docker private registry. So what is Kubernetes? That is simply a container orchestration tool where we can deploy those containers over the Google Kubernetes engine. Before we speak about the Kubernetes, let me just go back to the 2014, where people firstly heard the term Kubernetes. What is Kubernetes? How does it come in picture? So Kubernetes is simply developed by the 3 IT engineers who were working for Google as a summer project. So later that was joined by the Google and became a huge achievement for the Google specifically, and which later act as an open source tool, which Google hosted the first production grade version of the Kubernetes back in 2016. So since then they have released the minor version of Kubernetes. Each year they are releasing, currently it is 1.23 version which is in the market. So why does industry need Kubernetes? Let us understand with a very basic example, where I am running an application in my local system which is using the simple Nginx server, which is the 1.15 or any version of server I am using, and the same application code as well as the dependencies I am trying to upgrade or deploy over the production environment, where where my application got crashed in the production deployment. Can anyone tell me the answer why it did so? So that might be the cause because of the conflicts of the dependencies which my local system runs while it is missing in the production grade environment. So the dependency simply means that we are just installing the same piece of code over the production as well, but why it is failing over the production environment while it is working perfectly fine in my local system. That is because the different versions. My server was running on a version 2. Let's say for example my V1 version is running on the local system, and the same version which I am trying to install over the production environment has been missing. So that is the cause but where my application got failed at the production environment. So here is the answer, that is Kubernetes comes in the picture. So let me just provide you this basic image picture which we are having currently at the screen. So the whole thing starts from a Docker images. Docker image is nothing but a simple one box which contain my application code as well as the set of libraries and the dependencies which are necessary. So that Docker image which I can store in the GCR registry of the Google Container Registry, which is privately hosted registry provided by the Google. So there my those Docker images which I have built will be stored in the Google Container Registry. So from there on my images will be picked up and I will deploy that image over the Google Kubernetes engine. Google Kubernetes engine, which is fully managed or container orchestration service which Google manages, and I just don't need to configure anything beyond I don't want to manage the whole infrastructure manually. I want to scale my application down and up manually. Everything will be performed by the Google Kubernetes engine. So how does it work? So if you can look at here, at the broader means the Kubernetes starts with the cluster provisioning. The first thing we have to do in the Google Kubernetes engine is the provision of cluster. So that is the thing. Cluster contains the master node and the worker node. Master node is something which manages your whole whole deployment. Everything when we are applying over the Google Kubernetes engine will be applied over the master node, and the worker node will be the one which will contain the actual application or the microservices which I am going to deploy. So at the broader terms, it contains the cluster. At the upper, firstly we will create the cluster, then inside the cluster my nodes will reside. So nodes are simply, I would say, nothing but VM instances which will, virtual machines which will contain my pods, and those pods will contain the container where my the microservices are deployed. So that is the basic architecture we can say of the Google Kubernetes engine. So this is the pod.yaml file which we can use and apply at the master node of the Google Kubernetes engine. So if you can see here that we define the kind which we are using in the YAML file. That can be anything about pod or deployment or any service. So if you go beyond, in the specification section we have a section called image, which we previously talked about, the Docker image. So that image which will be used for the creation of those pod at the Docker at the Google Kubernetes engine. So I will apply the pod.yaml at the master node, and that master node will deploy those pod to my all worker nodes. So after pod comes the deployment file. So what is deployment? Deployment is nothing but the Kubernetes object which will actually help me to modify the pod which are deployed over those nodes of the Google Kubernetes engine. So how Kubernetes pick up the pod, which pod to modify. So that's we're gonna define at the selector level of the deployment file. If you all can see here, the level here is the at the template section, we have something called labels. So we will define the pod definition, and we will also use the replicas where how many copies of the pod I want in my Google Kubernetes Engine node. That is the worker node. And all the files which we gonna create, YAML file which we deploy at the master component of the Kubernetes engine, and those files will be actually carried, like deployed over the different nodes of the Google Kubernetes engine. So, like after creation of the pod YAML or deployment file, how do I expose my application to the outer world? How my application will be accessed by the end user? How you guys or internet user can access my application? Like we will be deploying, like can you guys give me an answer? You guys all will be deploying one pod. So, okay, multiple pod will be there. How you can access your application? Because you will be having multiple pods, and your application needs one IP address to access your application which is deployed. So that's where the service will come in picture. Service will expose your application to the outer world. So I will like if you can see here the protocol which I am using or the port which my application is being exposed to, and the type of service which I have currently used in this YAML is the load balancer, which is a cloud provider service which will expose my application to the outer world and scale up or scale down according to the traffic it receives. There are different type of services as well. We can take an example of cluster IP or the node port service. So every service have their different use case. So let me just take you to the demo first. How do we actually create the cluster and how things work? Like I will be working with the Cloud Shell here. I have used the command gcloud container create, this command to create a cluster at my Google Cloud platform, where the gcloud is the cloud SDK, where the container is the like gcloud is the cloud SDK I have used, and I am trying to create the cluster. The machine type of the cluster will be E2 medium machine type, because the N1 standard one is not being supported by won't be created using the I won't be able to create the cluster using the N1 standard machine type. And the zone which I will be deploying this application will be the US based 4C, and this will be the name of the cluster which we have created. So this is the cluster which is created. Just let me go through that. So after creation of cluster, I need to connect with the cluster. That is, I need to authenticate the cluster. So for authentication of cluster, I will be getting the command from the console of the Google Cloud platform. That will be this connect command. I will get the connect command from the GCP console, and I will run this command to authenticate my cluster which I have created. So yeah, my cluster has been properly authenticated. I have those automatic auto kubeconfig file has been generated by authenticating that cluster. Now after creation of the authentication of that cluster, I will actually create the deployment. So the command used for creation of deployment will be kubectl create deployment command, where the name of the deployment will be hello server, while the image I am using here, image which we talked about previously about the Docker image. which is stored in the GCR registry of the Google services, private Docker services. I will be using that. So let's deploy that. So my deployment file has been created here. Okay. So once the deployment file has been created, you need to expose your application to the outer world so that your application will be accessed by the end user. So for that we will require the deployment, we will require the service to expose our application to the outer world. So that service which will expose our application to the outer world, the command which we will be using will be the kubectl expose command, which will create the service. And the type which I have mentioned in the YAML as well here is the type load balancer, and the port which I am exposing my application to. So here the application will be exposed to the 8080 port. So my application has been exposed to the outer world successfully. Let's try to access that application. So in order to access that application which is deployed over that Google Kubernetes engine, we will be needing that static IP or external IP. So that static external IP is in the pending process because that takes some time to provision the external IP to that service which we have deployed. So let's try one more time. Here it will provision the external IP to that service which we have deployed. So let's copy that and try to access. So my application is been deployed over the Google Kubernetes engine right here. You can check out the Hello World application and the version I have used in my image, and the host name which is also configured in the code. I have provided the host name. This is my deployment name which I have used in my deployment file. So I have exposed my application to the outer world. Now the application can be accessed. Okay, so this is the CI/CD pipeline which is used in the industry, or which we can use to create a sample project. So here I am working with the GitHub. I will create a branch, and I will be all the developers works in a feature branch. So whenever any push or pull happens to that feature branch, a trigger will happen, and the cloud build service, which is the used for building those Docker image. Using the cloud build, the Docker image will be built, which will contain my application code as well as the dependencies, and we will be storing that in the container registry and deploying to the Google Kubernetes engine. And I can also use the Terraform infrastructure as a code language to deploy things or provision resources in the Google Cloud Platform. So and expose the service to the outer world by using the service which can be accessed by the end users, which can be you, me, or anyone who want to access that application over the internet. So that is all from my end. If you have any questions, then you may ask.